So, bonjour tout le monde. This is your part two for your speaking practice for exams of TEF or DELF. You can say from A1 to A2 to B1 to B2. So, I will be covering each and every section. Now, here we'll start with the speaking part. This is part two. Okay. So, I'll take I should say, a quick, fast revision of the previous part. That was bon, c'est, fantastique, absolument, ici, très, ce n'est pas, là. So you can just repeat after me to practice, okay? This is the revision of part 1. Délicieux, extraordinaire, beau, pour moi, mais, quoi, merci, toujours, parfait, ça c'est, pour lui, pour elle, mauvais, n'est pas, non, le restaurant et le stylo, la pomme, pour elle, fantastique, heureuse, bonne, délicieuse, belle, parfaite. Then these are the oxon, aigu, grave, circumflex, cédille, and tréma. Now, monotel, tout le monde, la, le, and les. Sympa, mon, ma. Merci, un, une. Le café, un thé. S'il vous plaît, je voudrais une réservation. 2 personnes, une table. 3. La nourriture. Et aussi, faire. Then this is une carotte. La carotte. Mais, terrible. Bonjour, salut, addition. La bouteille de vin. Le, du. Le vin est pour moi. S'il vous plaît, c'est combien? C'est combien ça? Excusez-moi. Excusez-moi, je voudrais l'addition, s'il vous plaît. Je voudrais 2 bouteilles de vin, s'il vous plaît. Je voudrais une bouteille de vin, s'il vous plaît. C'est combien une table pour 3 personnes? Je voudrais mon addition, s'il vous plaît. Ce n'est pas très bon pour elle. C'est pour lui. Je voudrais une réservation pour 2 personnes, s'il vous plaît. C'est absolument délicieux. Pour moi, le restaurant est fantastique. L'hôtel est extraordinaire. C'est toujours fantastique ici. Now let us move further. Step 2. Une réservation. Au revoir. Sans. Le poulet. Bonne journée. Have a good day. Ne sont pas. Aren't. Are not. Sans means are. Ne sont pas means aren't. Essayer. Essayer means to try. S'asseoir. That means to sit. Je voudrais essayer le vin. I would like to try the wine. Or le fromage, the cheese. Puis-je, that means can I? Puis-je essayer ça, s'il vous plaît? Can I try that, please? Payer. Payer means to pay. Je voudrais payer le vin. I would like to pay for the wine. Now, in case of French, we never use the translation of for, like for the wine. We just say, je voudrais payer le vin. I would like to pay the wine. Je voudrais payer mon addition. I would like to pay my bill. Okay. Now, if I want to say, I want to make a reservation, then we can say, je veux faire une réservation. Okay. If I want to say, the chicken is very good here. Le poulet est très bon ici. Okay, this is how très bon, not bon, sorry, for le poulet, because it's a masculine word. So we'll not use the word bon, we will use bon. Okay, so this is the way you can make sentences. Let's move further. Faire. Faire means to make. These are the action words. Okay, so if I want to say, can I make a reservation? I will say, Puis-je faire une réservation? I would like to try this wine. Je voudrais essayer ça vin. Can I try the cheese, please? So I'll say it in French as puis or peux-je essayer le fromage, s'il vous plaît? This is peux. Can I try here? Puis-je payer ici? Can I pay the bill, please? Puis-je payer l'addition, s'il vous plaît? Peux-je essayer ça, s'il vous plaît? Can I try that? Please. Bonjour. Je voudrais une table pour 2 personnes, s'il vous plaît. Hello. I would like a table for 2 persons, please. It is always here. C'est toujours ici. It is not fantastic. Ce n'est pas fantastique. OK? Ce n'est pas fantastique. Ça, ce n'est pas pour lui. C'est pour elle. That is not for him. This is for her. I would like a coffee, please. Je voudrais un café, s'il vous plaît. It should be un café. Okay? Louer. Now I'm adding another word to the speaking part. This is the louer. Louer means to rent. C'est combien louer et ça? How much is this to rent? How much I need to pay for this to rent on? Okay? Or I can say, I would like to rent this. So I'll say, je voudrais louer ça. Can I rent this for 2 persons, please? So this is, puis-je louer ça pour 2 personnes, s'il vous plaît? Can I rent that for 2 persons, please? Next is, une voiture, a car. I would like a car for 5 persons. Je voudrais une voiture pour 5 personnes. Okay? The car is perfect. La voiture est parfaite because it's a feminine. So I'm using parfaite, not parfait. Okay? So this is some additional points. Now next. Pour moi, la voiture est très bonne. I think the car is very good. Or we can say, for me, the car is very good. The car is perfect for 5 persons. La voiture est parfaite pour 5 personnes. A week, we say une semaine. Can I rent a car for 1 week? So I'll say, puis-je louer une voiture pour une semaine? Okay? Can I rent a car for 1 week? Next is, I would like a car for 1 week. So this is, je voudrais une voiture pour une semaine. Okay? Next. It is how much for 1 week? We say, c'est combien pour une semaine? All the people are here for 1 week. Okay? So we say, tout le monde est ici pour une semaine. Une semaine. C'est combien pour 2 semaines? How much is that for 2 weeks? Okay. I would like to rent that for 2 weeks, please. So that is, je voudrais louer ça pour 2 semaines, s'il vous plaît. Semaine means week. I would like to rent that for 2 weeks, please. Okay. So this is how we speak in French. Let's move further. I would like a car for a day, please. That is, je voudrais une voiture pour un jour, s'il vous plaît. Can I rent for 1 day? Okay. So this is like, puis-je louer pour un jour? If you want to say a day, that means un jour. If I want to say a month, we say un mois. We say un mois. Okay. How much is this for 2 weeks? That means, c'est combien pour 2 semaines? Okay. For me, it is very good here. Or I can say, I think it is very good here. So that is, pour moi, c'est très bon ici. The bill is 50 euros. So we say it in French like this. L'addition est 50 euros. I would request you to keep on making notes side by side when you see this video. Okay. And then I'll ask a large number of questions when we come to discuss after the class. Okay. It is €1. So this is c'est un euro. C'est un euro. The wine is €2. So we say le vin est 10 euros. Or this is 10, not 2, sorry, 10. Le vin est 10 euros. It is €5 for a day. So that becomes c'est 5 euros pour un jour. Okay. It is 50 cents. So it becomes c'est 50 centimes. C'est 50 centimes. The bottle of water is 50 cents. So it becomes la bouteille d'eau est 50 centimes. A bottle of water is 5 cents or 50 cents. Okay. Next. So if I want to say per day, I will say par jour. Per week, I will say par semaine. Per month, I will say par mois. Per person, it will be par person. Okay, this is par means by or per. So, how much it is for per day? So, question becomes or a per week or a month or per person. So, we can ask this question like, c'est combien par jour, par semaine, par mois, par personne? It is 10 euros per week. So, we can say it in French as, c'est 10 euros par semaine. Okay, 10 euros par semaine. How much is this the car for a week? It becomes c'est combien la voiture par semaine. Okay. If I want to say 2 euros and 50 cents, then that becomes 2,50 €. If I say 2 euros and 20 cents, it becomes 2 euro and 1 cents. 1 cents. Yeah. So 320 something else. Okay. Leave it. Now this is 20 centimes. So it becomes 20 centimes. Okay. If you say generally in France, price labels are mentioned as euros, anywhere, and comma in place of decimal. Okay. If we say like 3 euros and 20 cents, so it's 3,20 and it's not 3 point. Okay. So it becomes, we use euros anywhere and comma in place of decimal and decimal in place of comma. Okay, this is how it happens. Now let's see an example. It is 60 euros. It is say 60 euros. See, say 60 euros. Okay, so now next is it is 20 euros per 2 days. So it's say 1 euro par 2 jours. Okay, if I want to say I would like to rent a car for 2 weeks. How much is that for? I can say, je voudrais louer une voiture par 2 semaines. C'est combien? A bottle of wine for her, but the bill is for him. Okay? So we can say it in French as, une bouteille de vin pour elle, mais l'addition est pour lui. Okay? Yes, that is very good, but it's not perfect. So I can say like this, oui, ça c'est très bon, mais ça n'est pas parfait. Okay. Now I'm adding another word to the speaking part, that is à bientôt, that is see you soon. See you soon. And if I want to say the tea, we say latte. Okay, latte. Now if I want to say isn't and aren't, then it will be n'est pas and ne sont pas. N'est pas, ne sont pas. Then if I want to ask anyone, at what time are we meeting? Or at what time is the reservation? So we can say, à quelle heure? That is, at what time? À quelle heure est la réservation? Is the reservation. Now in French, when we talk about breakfast, lunch, or dinner, we add article definite before them, like le or la, or whatever. Okay. So let me start with the breakfast. Le petit déjeuner. Le petit déjeuner means the breakfast, or déjeuner, jeûner means to break. Okay, jeûner means to fast. Sorry, jeûner means to fast, and day means to break. So break the fast. Small, break the fast. Okay, petit déjeuner. I think the breakfast is perfect and absolutely delicious. So, for that in French, I can say, pour moi, le petit déjeuner est parfait et absolument délicieux. Now, at what time is the lunch? We can say, à quelle heure est le déjeuner? Okay, this is déjeuner is lunch. Can I pay for the lunch? It becomes, puis-je payer pour le déjeuner? Pour le déjeuner. Just note down that the spelling of déjeuner, correct spelling is D E with an aigu, G A U N A R. Déjeuner. Okay? Move further now. Next is, can I make a reservation? Puis-je faire une réservation? At what time is the dinner? So it becomes, à quelle heure le dîner? À quelle heure le dîner? Okay. Can I pay the dinner? This is, puis-je payer le dîner? The breakfast is not bad, but the dinner is delicious. It becomes, le petit déjeuner. Le petit déjeuner is not bad, but the dinner is delicious. Okay? Le petit déjeuner n'est pas mauvais, mais le dîner est délicieux. Now, if we want to say, my lunch is absolutely perfect, we can say, mon déjeuner est absolument parfait. My breakfast is absolutely perfect. For the breakfast, sorry, the déjeuner is lunch. My lunch is absolutely perfect. For the breakfast, I would like the orange juice or a baguette. So in French, we can say, pour le petit déjeuner, je voudrais un jus d'orange, une baguette. Next is, my breakfast is fantastic and it is here. So we can say it in French like this. Mon petit déjeuner est fantastique et c'est ici. Okay. Next is, le dinner is absolutely fantastic. Le dîner ici est absolument fantastic. The dinner here is absolutely fantastic. How much is the for the lunch? How much I need to pay or how much is the cost for the lunch? We say it. C'est combien le déjeuner? Okay. C'est combien? How much is the lunch? Now next is, if I talk about time, we can say temp. T-E-M-P, temp. A day. A jour. See you soon. À bientôt. It is an hour. Il est an heure. An hour and a half. It becomes a heure et demi. An hour and a quarter. It becomes a heure et quart. It is 6 hours and a quarter, or we can say 6:15. So it becomes c'est à 6 heures et quart. It is 2 hours and a quarter, or we can say quarter past 2. It becomes il est 2 heures et quart. It is 7 hours minus the quart, or we can say 15 minutes to 7. So it becomes c'est à 7 heures moins the quart. This is how we speak time in French. Okay. So if I want to say it is 9:30, I can say c'est à 9 heures et demi. C'est à 9 heures et demi. It is 12. Il est 12 heures. It is 12 hours. It is 2 hours. Then it is c'est à 2 heures. Okay. Or we can say it is 10 hours and 10 minutes to 10. Or we can say 10 minutes to 10. So in French, we call it as il est 10 heures moins 10. No thanks. That is no mercy, no thanks. So if I say it is 10 euros per bottle, so we can say 10 euros par bouteille. Now, if you want to ask anyone the time, you have to say, what is the time or what hour is it? You can say, quelle heure est-il? It is 1 hour or 1 p.m. we can say. So, il est 1 hour in the clock. Okay. Il est 1 heure. Or I can say an hour and 15 minutes or an hour and a quarter. We say a heure a cart. Then next is at time muada cart, like at hours a muada cart, 15 minutes to 1. Okay, so that becomes a or we can say a an or we can say a muada cart. That's the same thing. Now, I would like a taxi for 2 hours or 2 persons or at 2 p.m. Okay, so it becomes like this. Je voudrais un taxi pour 2 heures or 2 personnes or à 2 heures. Okay, so I would like a taxi for 2 hours, for 2 persons or at 2 p.m. Okay, these are the different means of saying this line. The address is 15 Rue Road de Marseille. So it becomes La adresse est 15 Rue de Marseille. What is the address? It becomes Quelle est l'adresse? Quelle est l'adresse? The address of the hotel. It becomes l'adresse de l'hôtel. L'adresse de l'hôtel. Now, du is the plus le. The la you know. The plus le with an apostrophe s. Then the plus le becomes they. These are the article participes. The address of the restaurant. L'adresse du restaurant. What is the address of the restaurant? Quelle est l'adresse du restaurant? What is the address of the hotel? Quelle est l'adresse de l'hôtel? The chicken of Pierre is delicious. Pierre's chicken is delicious. Le poulet de Pierre est délicieux. Le poulet de Pierre est délicieux. I would like a taxi at 1 minus, I should say 15 minutes to 1, please. So it becomes, je voudrais un taxi à 1 heure, moi de carte, please, s'il vous plaît. I would like a taxi for 8 persons at 5 p.m. and the address is 18 Road de Paris. So we say it in French as, je voudrais un taxi pour 8 personnes à 5 heures et l'adresse est 18 Rue de Paris. If I want to say, I would like a taxi at 1 hour, 15 minutes to 1 hour, 15 minutes to 1 we can say. Je voudrais un taxi à 1 heure, moi la carte. If I want to say, I would like a taxi at 2 p.m. and half, or I should say 2:30. Okay, so it becomes, je voudrais un taxi à 10 heures et demie. The address of the hotel is 20 Road de Charenton. So it becomes, l'adresse de l'hôtel est 1 Rue de Charenton. Okay, I would like a taxi at 1. So we will say, je voudrais un taxi à 1 heure. The address of the restaurant. So that becomes l'adresse de le restaurant. L'adresse de le restaurant. I think we should stop it here. And in the next class, we will start from here. Okay, so I'll just stop the recording and I would like to tell you, after watching this recording and making all the notes, we can discuss about the queries, whatever you have. Okay, so just I'm closing the class now. So bye-bye. Now let's connect online and have your queries sorted.